I used to always think that, everything is so smooth, earning is easy to earn and, bring happiness to the house. Everything was so smooth, everything was so good. But after this incident, life is actually very tough.
Why don't you tell us about the day of incident? What happened and how did you realize that this is going out of hand?
He used to tell me, donate my organ, ask for mercy killing while you are in Singapore.
Through that time of this adversity, who all came forward? Did you had like good support from your family?
Yes, my family, my friends, Vishal's friends especially.
So you suggested the plan to ma'am or ma'am suggested the plan to you? And then what was your reaction when you
I was
when
I
super
was
surprised.
very, very scared, very, very surprised. And I said, in the middle of all this, you're telling me to go and start a business.
I heard that you started with 3 rooms and now you have 35
Yes,
rooms.
I started with 3 rooms.
Very
I used to
impressive.
drive down, look for the property myself, and found one very nice one.
It's not about signing, sir. It's about she is the pillar of support to you. So, guys, we have a very incredible episode today featuring the story of love, resilience, and the strength. There's a couple with us, so we are honored to have Captain Vishal Khanna and Ma'am Abha Khanna. Captain Vishal Khanna is a seasoned mariner whose life took an unexpected turn while he suffered a stroke on the ship when the ship was transiting through Singapore Strait. This sudden medical crisis led him to locked in syndrome, and what followed was a difficult and courageous path to recovery, which he could not have undertaken himself if it was not with his wife. So I welcome Captain Vishal and Abha ma'am. We are honored to have you today at this episode of Port to Port. Really honored.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rajat, for having us on the show. And
Thank you
I
so
hope
much.
I can share something which will be of value to the seafarer and other people also. Right.
Okay, Captain Vishal, why don't you tell us about your journey to see why you joined Merchant Navy? Was there any, that moment where you realized that you have to go to the sea?
No, I'm from Calcutta, and my father used to work in port. So from when I'm born till the age of 18, I only see ships. So I'm very fascinated in those days with the seafarer who have sort of good life and means they are apparently independent, and that time the economic boom not there in India, and so seafarer territory is very well off. So that was a fashion for a child, and the feeling that we need to break free and do something in life. That's all. I mean, you get inspired. It was from the childhood I've been seeing. It was natural that I also want to be there.
Okay, sir. So why don't you tell us about the day of incident? What happened and how did you realize that this is going out of hand?
Well, after normal we were drifting off Horsburgh, and we had pilot at 12 p.m. So at 8 a.m. we supposed to start the approach. So I went up to the bridge. Maybe I not feel anything as such. So I make myself a coffee, black coffee, and then I start to vomit. And I feel strange because I not eat anything, I not drink anything. I'm absolutely sober. I know I'm going to Singapore in 4 hours. So I start vomiting uncontrolled, sort of like a cup होता है. So it keep coming out. So I told her also, you call just you also up. Then I went and sat on the chair, and I give the we start approach to Horsburgh into Singapore Strait. Meantime, feel better. Again, the hiccup coming, and after some time, I think they she also
Control. No, it'll be
They realize something is wrong, and then they put me on the sofa. But I can't understand what happened because nothing in the heart, nothing happened in the head. So I'm a little bit confused. कि हुआ क्या? Means I'm not eating anything. I don't drink anything. I'm nothing. I mean nothing unusual. This happened. So it's complete painless. No pain in the head because this supposed to later I found out no problem. But nothing happened in my head. Nothing happened in heart. No pain. Everybody was confused. I also confused. That's all. I mean, there's nothing, no symptom, nothing. So, very difficult. I mean, we take all precaution, but this has happened.
So, were you airlifted in Singapore or?
No, I was not eligible because first nobody knew what happened, and second I was the captain of the ship only. Now the chief was also a new guy. So I mean they keep ringing office, but I don't blame them. They tried. Somebody give me aspirin also because it's not think I got attacked, but attack was attack. They don't know. By the time I went to Singapore, bus was not free because the earlier ship had not left. So they just took the ship and by the normal way, I mean, trying to pilot. So I say, wow. I mean, I don't remember the time, of course, but 12 pilot was quite accurate. So they took to the ship and on part on part on priority basis. And by the time we got there, they had ambulance, everything. And the paramedic team, then they took them to hospital. They took me hospital. Then
Did anybody come with you in the hospital?
no, the paramedic team, they took me ambulance. That ambulance, nobody had came
This side.
before.
This side.
So
Still there.
nobody came with us, but I remember, yeah, when I reached the hospital, I remember I'm in the ambulance, they put that, what they call that, thing in the mouth. यार तुम आप तो कैसे कर दे I told you before that put डालते हैं ना मुंह में what is the name of
ventilator.
no you know what I'm talking about that twisted tube where they put trachea नहीं that for making
Okay,
yeah,
oxygen support.
yeah I forget the name I have now forget you know what I'm talking about
Defibrillator or something like that.
no they put a thing in so you airway clear huh so he put in my mouth of course initially I'm understand why he putting all this but obviously I'm not in a very good condition that time also So they put all that and they put that, like you see that, they keep doing by hand. But basically, they arrange for my continuous oxygen supply. And then I went to hospital, this hospital, why the emergency line rode very fast. We reached, and then I think that they then talked. Two guys are waiting there. When the ambulance arrived, and then they put.
Injection. Thrombosis they did. No.
They found out.
Okay.
I think they give me anesthetic, and then I don't remember what happened. Then only after I wake up, I remember. After I wake up, when I woke up, I don't know when. After 1 day, 2 days, maybe they have the weak oxygen in my mouth. Actually, you see in the movie oxygen, that's much. And they give me forced oxygen or whatever. And then that time that day, my hand like not moving. Of course, doctor also come and ask me. Then I oh shit, I've had stroke. That is time I just
So you were unconscious all the time
was
when.
conscious all the time. When they give me anesthetic, I don't know. Of course, first sometime I was unconscious, then they do. When I'm unconscious, I think they do thrombosis. They remove the clot. I don't know. But when I wake up, there's big oxygen mask on my mouth. But actually, I can't breathe. They're forcing the air inside. But I realize that I'm gasping for breath. And that is on all the time. And then after 1 2 days, they put me on ventilator because they actually know this guy can't breathe. He's चल रहा है but he breathe नहीं कर पा रहा. So then they put ventilator. Then after it was with the tube very comfortable. But again they by that time she had come, but they can't keep ventilator for very long. So then they make the whole year, and then they make a
Tracheostomy.
permanent baby. That's how it was. I mean,
I'm so sorry to bring this up, sir, but yeah. So, ma'am, how did you come to know that this has happened on board ship, and where were you at that time?
Just morning May I had gone to US Embassy for my visa for both the kids, and we were very happy that they were granted the visa, and we had our usual Sagaratna food, and we came back home very happy. Everything was okay. Around about 2:30 to 45, I just received a simple call from the office that Vishal is unwell, and we have hospitalized him. I think you need to go. I took it very casually. I said, unwell means hospitalization may be a matter of something. So I'll go in a week or 10 days and come back. Never knew it was so serious and never knew I could see something like this. Uh, uh, it was too difficult to even see his status. His body was just absolutely
She came out with
I
two
came on
seated.
Saturday. His friend, his childhood friend, school friend happened to be Dhruv Agarwal. He was in Singapore. His family was in Singapore. So Upasana is his wife. She was like God sent, and she was there all throughout with Vishal. And she was the one who was guiding me. She was talking to the doctor. She gave me all the strength. She was talking to Yutika. She spoke to everybody. And she was the one who not directly told me, but she said that you might be required here for a month or so. So, do your packing accordingly. That's how I came to know that, oh my God, this is something. Still, I didn't realize that it's going to be something like brain stroke, or because he was absolutely every time, in good health and good condition. So nobody fathoms, like, something like this great is going to happen at the age of
Actually,
49.
we relate to heart attack and stroke normally as same thing. We don't actually
We don't realize
different.
that something like
We
brains
don't
to
differentiate. We are not
differentiate.
able to different. Neither we can explore. So when we say बंदे को अटैक हो गया, we don't know कौन सा अटैक हुआ, पर वो मर गया. ठीक है, मर गया खत्म हो गया. But actually the thing is, stroke is paralysis. Heart attack is heart attack. You don't get paralyzed in heart attack, but stroke may get paralyzed. This is the bad thing. I mean, we need to differentiate. One thing in so many years I worked, we not actually really see stroke patient, be able to differentiate stroke and uh, the heart attack. Like you see this medical guide, they talk of stroke very lightly. They say slight numbness on one side due to medical advice. If the captain only has stroke, who will do? Matlab, you understand, na? When the how bad it is, they don't talk about. Obviously, you can't do anything on board, but I mean, people don't realize. I feel if I don't realize, even the other seamen, a lot of them won't realize, unless they're from medical, uh, have medical sector in their family or something. A stroke can be different from the heart attack and very different.
So, ma'am, when you traveled to Singapore, what about your kids? Were they young or were they in the
They
college
were,
going?
they were young.
Yeah.
Yutika was just in first year of college. Yes, she's just started with the college, and Yash was in class 11. So they were very young, and I just flew, and that too, like I told you, got my visa through them only. And she somehow got the visa. And Saturday, Sunday, the embassies are closed. So she was the residence of Singapore. So that's how, I don't know, great, really gratitude and gratefulness is there for her all the time. I
So
remember.
he was alone without family for 2 3 days.
Yeah, Upasana was there with him.
Yeah, your
Yeah, she was
friend's
looking
wife was
after
there.
him.
Okay.
Yeah, she was looking after him, and she was guiding me. And the next day on Saturday by evening, I reached Singapore. So 2 days he was. Yes, he was there.
You
Two to
feel
three
blessed when you
days.
have these kind of friends who can, you know, they are
They
like
are they are
gods to you.
God.
Yeah.
They are God.
Yeah.
Nothing less than that. Even today, she taught me, if you need help, you need to ask for it.
Okay, ma'am. So you also mentioned that while he was in the bed, your son was also not well. So would you please say, like, how did you manage the entire family?
It appeared like both the hands were cut. And why God is playing like this? What is happening to the family? I simply failed to understand. I was in tears, not knowing what to do, and walking from leaving him. That was the day when his tracheostomy had just come out, and the doctor had said that this is a very crucial day. You need to, absolutely observe him in case he has breathing problem again, because they were not wanting to wean off the tracheostomy. So
So what was the problem with the son? What his
He
son?
had GP syndrome, full form I don't know now, but basically it is paralysis, full body paralysis, but it can be, it become okay, means it's only for some time, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and they have medicine, it become okay, means reversible, not like me, of course mine is non-reversible, but that is a different system, it is reversible, and reverse हो जाता है. but medication is very expensive. But you take it, you become okay. So lucky he came out of it in 1 2 weeks. But problem, matter it was the eye opener for him also. When you really can't hold your phone in your hand, you can't do anything. It's so ajib. I mean,
It
it's
was
so
like
awkward.
Vishal, we could not see when he was in Singapore. When he had this attack, we could not see him on the ship. But here in front of my eyes, my son is undergoing the same experience, and it's ascending order paralysis. It starts from the leg. Mama, I can't move my leg. I can't move my body now. आप मुझे करवट दे दो. I can't hold my mobile. I can't move my finger. What is happening to me? And like the doctor
11th grade.
Yeah.
11th grade, and it is like experiencing right in front of you a young adolescent, like he's there, just there, and I'm
It was very unfortunate
very
because
unfortunate.
they were looking after me, and in the next room, this guy is lying down. He also has
Absolutely.
attendant. I also have attendant, and both of us can't move. So in one house, two people.
Two
And
people,
sort of strange, na? Output.
like
It
what's
was
happening, like in one house, and severely, like
And ma'am, you mentioned that they were the days of Karwa Chauth as Indian ladies celebrate. So you traveled on the Karwa Chauth to Singapore, or you traveled back on that day?
the Karwa Chauth has started in the night before when you do the Sargi, and then the morning was my flight. We were airlifting him, so I was with him. So all throughout was the fasting, and when we came back to Delhi was also a night, and then the ICU and the procedure that takes a lot of time. So it was 2 days of Karwa Chauth, but I'm happy today that he's with me. So God is somewhere there, and I was blessed actually. It's not
all very,
normal.
means all very awkward coincidence. Young Karvata, I come back. But mother, my condition not so good. But mother,
Condition was when they put him on the floor, like they just take out the stretcher and put him. It's like a living dead body. Like that was the tears. That day I don't forget, because it's so terrible to see that. And usi
And
mein
he also can see you. He wants to, you know, express his emotions, but he cannot.
in the aircraft, I can't go and meet him. I can see that he's crying out. We were crying a lot because we
small,
didn't know where it's taking us to, because he was absolutely a vegetable, can't move his body, but he's understanding everything. He used to tell me, donate my organ, ask for mercy killing while you are in Singapore. So with the blink of the eyes, I used to choose the alphabet and jot down what he is saying. And when I used to, put the alphabets together and make it into a sentence, I could understand all this, he's saying. That was too terrible. Even that was really bad. And the friend who were with us also, everybody was like, when they used to tie him up with the on the bed and lift him up like that, and the entire medical people used to stand by and see what is happening, and how she's going to look after him. They trained me how to feed him, how to look after him, how to do the suction, so all that. But it was not easy. It was very, very difficult, very difficult.
So, ma'am, through that time of this adversity, who all came forward? Did you had like good support from your family?
Yes, my family, my friends, Vishal's friends especially, they were all very, very kind, very nice.
the,
Without them,
the
we could not
marriage
have
help a
done it.
lot. The family help a lot.
Would you like to name some of your friends here who really helped you in
Some
those
of
times?
our school friends, of course, no, not. It's okay. A lot of people have drugs. How much she can tell you a name later?
Yeah, I mean, through this
Vishal's
episode, would you like to
Vishal's
tell?
school friends, especially, I'm very grateful to them. Dhruv, Upasna, all his school friends, Manish Kajaria, Manish Arora, to name it, Swati and Winnie. Swati had sent Winnie, who used to bring food full 1 month. Her mother used to, give food to us in the hospital. She used to prepare and bring it for us and make sure that that would last for 2 days, or or one day. So that was a really blessings. The even Upasana used to bring food and coffee and tea, everything. They looked after us, and even not this only, even to talk to the doctor. I was so not in my mental state. I used to cry, and all the time crying. So she was the one who used to even talk to the doctor. What is the next step? How is going to go? They all supported me. How what would be the next step? Towards the recovery, and what is happening, and because all the tests which were failing, it was in the ponds, and the doctor said that all the tests that were failing, and all, he can't move his hands and legs. So that was pretty concerning, like how to give him. So they were the one who took over the charge, and till we were back
I
in India.
mean, initially my friend did help, of course, very much. But
Lots.
after some time, even they get tired. And lot of people even can't relate with the new time or the new condition of this substances. And they feel sad. Oh, and some people don't communicate because not their fault, because it's just what happened, very difficult.
So, sir, how about your financial condition that time? You had saved enough from sea, or how did you manage to survive? Because if you are fit, you can go to sea, you can
I
make
know,
money.
I
Yeah,
mean, how much do you earn?
yeah.
Yes, he said when I was young, uh, I not invest money because my parents don't have money, so they don't guide me. They can't guide me because I said the fact is they don't have cash, so they never invest. So by the time I start to invest and insurance, etc., I'm maybe 40 years old. Actually, I don't save anything. We spend money one year go for doing exams and shadis and बच्चे का education. Actually, don't save. So how much do you think we have? Maybe 1 crore, 2 crore. That's all we had, and that's why we took this step for two reasons. One is to provide the seafarer with the respect that they need or deserve. And second, of course, for us to make a livelihood for us for the next 30 years. I mean, how much money do you think you would require for 30 years to survive? I mean, you need to be a money if you think you have saved enough. So, with the 1 2 crore whatever I had, I put everything into this because I know people need place like this. I know we need a livelihood, and it served both purpose, which was lacking. I knew in lying in hospital only, I had decided that why not do for the community as they have done for us.
How did the idea of starting Anchorage Guest House and the hotels came to your mind?
Very frankly, last 10 years I've been going frequently to Bombay. And in Bombay, a company keeps us in guest house where things are very well organized for many years, 10 years. Maybe 3 times a year I go, like, for training and all that. They always find some excuse to pursue. So they have very good facilities there, completely in-house. So I was thinking, why not we have like that in Delhi also? Why can't we have? Because I know they don't have one like in Bombay they had. In Delhi, though I am staying in Delhi, I know they lack a little bit. So I thought, why not be able to give to the people like we have here, and like we would be like to be treated. Again, Bombay, they are very good guests. So they actually make you feel good. ऐसा मैं ठीक जगह में हूँ. तो दिल्ली में भी ऐसे कोई बंदा है और कैप्टन हो, चीफ मिनिस्टर हो, थर्ड ऑफिसर ओएस हो, कोई भी हो, he should feel the respect क्या we are doing for him because we care. We care. They work so hard. They stay away from family. So why not they get the best? They want to give the best to their family. So why not we give the best to them? So I thought of this. That's how we not compromise on the quality at all. She knows. She's saying, why you spend so much money? Why you do this? Of course she's afraid because we don't have money. But I said, नहीं बेचना तो चाहिए. You have to do once, once you have to have the trust of the people. Once you have it, they will come. But rest assured they come. I knew this 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I in bed. I made this plan. I thought it take 3, 4 years to materialize. But of course it took 6 years, 5 years because there was relative slowdown due to COVID.
So you suggested the plan to ma'am, or ma'am suggested the plan to you? And then what was your reaction when you
She
I
was
was very, very scared, very, very surprised. And I said, in the middle of all this, you're telling me to go and start a business, and where only investment. I was only shelling out the money, and I was very scared that how will I bring up my family? I mean, what will happen to their education?
No,
I was concerned about that.
but my thing was very simple. With the little amount of money we have, anyway get over in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, then what? You save it, you finish it in 3 years. फिर क्या होगा? So I said, better you put it in a worthy cause, and then
So how did you start? I heard that you started with 3 rooms and now you have 35
Yes,
rooms.
I started with 3 rooms. I used to drive down, look for the property myself, and found one very nice one. So I started with three, and the same person offered me his another flat in the same premises. Again, three was added, and another three was added, and like that we started. And little that I knew that it's going to fall in place and everything is going to be okay. And
she
we
have lot of. She don't question me as such. I don't know why. I also do my concept was very clear that we require this like this, but how it will happen, I don't know. Finally, but she support me without any question. So we said this 5 साल निकालो 6 साल बच्चों का एजुकेशन नहीं करना है. So we came up with this story. But she's support without her not possible. But she's doing all the signing and everything.
It's not about signing, sir. It's about she is the pillar of support to you. And the
see, I
entire
told
family.
him, you're all brains, and I'm your hands and legs.
exactly.
So you guide me, I'll
but
do it.
Otherwise, also she had to be the face of
Signing
the business.
authority as well,
Yeah,
yeah.
She, of course she helped also. When she support me by doing what I tell her to do. Though I have no deal. Me even today we really don't have money in the bank or anything, but we have a lot of goodwill. In 5 years we make goodwill. That's all we have done. Faith of the people, love.
No, for
and
sure,
we
sir.
care.
I stayed here for 2.5 days. Guys, trust me, this is not less than 5-star hotel. I mean, the hospitality of the entire staff. Ma'am is there always to take care of you. If you have any concern, Krishna is also here.
Yes,
So,
we
guys,
are
this
like
is
a
like the best place in Delhi, in the heart of Delhi, Vasant Kunj. They have 3 guest houses here. One is of 3 rooms, one is of 19 rooms, one is of 16 rooms. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so tell me about the major break that you got with this concept when you realized, wow, this could become big. Maybe some contracts you cracked with some big shipping companies, something like that.
No, not. But a lot of shipping companies joined us, and we are serving them, and we are too happy today. Like we are doing our best, and we are a good performer. And today, at least, I can say that somewhere some stability has come. Kids have grown. Both the children are. My daughter is already a doctor now, and my son has done. She is MD medicines now, second year. She's doing wonderfully well. In Delhi University itself, my son in his 4 years of his engineering, he's done 4 internship, and too happy and proud to even say that he has added his product. He has made a software for us, even though. So now we are running his software to make our operational very smooth and things. We do paperless check-in through software. So all this is very nice. So both the kids are also supporting. They
Wow.
know back to
Hats off
back
to you guys.
that
Like,
they have to work hard because we are you can say we are again we are waking up, we are getting up. So we have lots of things to do ahead. So this is just the beginning, so we
and
have
how
to
was the
work very
COVID
hard.
COVID for you?
COVID was first. We had invested quite a lot and we were in tears because all the offices, everything was closed. Everything was shut down. And both of us were, only crying what is going to happen and what will happen to our investment. And we approached many people, and they said that it's going to be worse now, even more worse. Maybe, it's not going to open. The situation is going to be bad. So then suddenly a friend suddenly we got a call, like, 20 guys, are you ready to put them up and look after them in COVID times? And there were chartered flights which had started, luckily. So we said, yes, I have an experience of. I was working for Sita World Travel, and Vishal was with me. So he said, yes, I can handle this, and so we did it. We started it, and then we started our. Picking up those guests and doing everything for them, printing it out with one printer.
No, let me elaborate how it happened. See, of course, we had 9 room only, and then when COVID was there, the shipping company do 10 guys, 20 guys, 30 guys, will be 20, no,
In
not big.
numbers.
All the ship's crew go at one time, 20. So then their company told us, some company, that time we were with only 2, 3 companies. So one company told us that why don't you take hotel and do the crochet. So we took hotel, and then the hotel owner, he had maybe bought one new hotel, which apparently is the best hotel in the area. So it was brand new hotel in COVID time. And we can't open only because everything locked down. So he told me, you take this hotel, do what you want, you run for me. So we
We were
able
doing
to
all the
host all
management.
the cruise chains, and we did lot of cruise chains, and of course we pay the hotel. But we get lot of exposure with the cruise chain and with the documentation that time. Then of course the COVID become less. The hotel also keen to take people from outside because they get more money. Then after 1 year struggling there, next 2 years, 2, 3 years, then we take up our own guest house here. We left those 9 rooms there. We now have here. That's how. This is
So you took another property and then you took the.
yeah. We took the property now in Shagi Point where we are
Because
right
after
now.
COVID, they all wanted in Vasant Kunj.
Okay.
So we
Yeah.
had to take,
Why Vasant Kunj? Any particular reason?
because of the location and the
No,
heart
no,
of Delhi,
it's closer to airport. Last point
very
is
close
near
to the
airport.
airport.
Not heart of city. Heart of city is okay है, but it's close to airport. There's no traffic jam from here to airport.
Sir, what is the vision of Anchorage? Where you want Anchorage to be in next 5 years?
Next 5 years, if he want to have presence in all the major port cities, this is for seafarer and for the families. So if we want to tie up with the guest house, like-minded people, like-minded guest house, who like us in Bombay, in Chennai, in some other city, and provide the same uh, uh, body of experience to other people, affordable prices, reliability, safety. So you can just, without thinking, just when you travel to the city, you can just go and come and stay with us. Without, there's no, I mean, it does need to be safe place. It need to be well priced and need to most reliable, which we are looking at.
Okay, Captain, how's your perspective to life changed after this incident, and what knowledge you want to share with the upcoming seafarers?
I mean, if you want to put it, we make a lot of plans in our life, but we don't know when it all ends. And like they show you on TV, it's very easy to die. And then you can once you get this, everything go well, but it's not that easy. One thing I will put briefly, life insurance is only good if you die. But for
Life insurance is only good if you die.
Very true.
no, I
Yeah, tough
mean,
truth for
yeah,
sure.
it's
For sure.
if we don't think about it, we think okay, I've got life insurance is okay. But will you be able to die? You need to die for that, and then you won't get the money. Your family will get or not get, you don't know. So life is okay, but main thing is medical insurance you must have and have for very large amount. And life insurance you must buy when you're young. The premium is very low. Because when like I bought life insurance, I'm 40 years or 45. So the premium very high. But I bought because my friend told me that you're still in education, something happened to which happened to me. So at least they can finish the studies, all that. So I bought it. I never thought about life insurance. And medical, yes. Again, medical insurance, you must buy high price, matlab, not 5 lakh, 2 lakh, 1 lakh, no. But you buy maximum. Because nowadays hospital is very high. And that is the main thing. When you're in hospital, pay the bill and earn earning also. You can't earn. So medical must be looked after. Life insurance, yes. When you are young, 20 years or also you buy for 2 or 5 or whatever. Later, of course, you can buy, but you will pay more.
So basically, if I understand correctly, you need to have a life insurance when you are at 20 years, 20 to 30
Yeah,
years of
as
age.
soon as possible, buy like a premium in minimum
Premium
amount.
is less. And second thing, you need to have a medical insurance of the maximum amount. So if something goes wrong, you can use
Yeah,
that.
I
You
know
must pick up riders.
it feels unnecessary. I know every year paying 10,000 rupees or 20,000, but actually it's worth it because you don't know when you need it. And now, even at younger age, people have problems. And I mean, you have to.
So, ma'am, what's your learnings from this experience? I know that you have been his pillar of support, but I'm sure you must have also learned a tough lessons
Yes,
along the
life
way.
is tough.
Yeah.
Life is not bed of roses. I used to always think that, everything is so smooth. Earning is, we used to earn and, bring happiness to the house. Everything was so smooth. Everything was so good. But after this incident, life is actually very tough. When you move out and when you see the world, it is tough to handle, tough to answer questions, and tough to earn money. And business is also not easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not
And the
easy.
family,
And the
kids'
family, the
education.
kids' educations, the kids' questions. Now, Mama, are we going to become poor? What will happen to us? What about our education? What about our higher studies? There's so many questions which you need to answer, and it's very tough. It's very tough
No, but
then.
ma'am, you have done remarkable job of supporting him at the same time supporting your two kids. One child is doing BTech, right?
Yes, he's
BTech,
doing
and
BTech, and one
the
is
other is
in
becoming
MD.
doctor. Very interesting, ma'am.
My brother always used to tell me, he used to say, "Don't worry, he's looked after you for 25 years. Now it's time for you to look after him for 25 years." And he used to always, motivate me, and he used to always tell me, "Vicky, Abha, you see, he'll be absolutely okay, and he'll be the one who will be running the family once again. He'll just not leave you, and don't worry about anything." And truly, I least thought that these 4 months in hospitalization, he used to look at the ceiling. That's what he did. He could not move, so he planned, actually, this is what I'm going to do for the livelihood. And today I think that what Vicky was telling me, that definitely when he's on bed, he must be thinking how to service, how to look after his family, how will they, continue. So he
No,
did
but
that.
in the, I realized one thing. देखो, I have got a second life. So let me put it to use.
For
I
sure.
mean,
He
there's
says it's a second
a
inning.
reason
For
for
sure.
survival. So why not do what you should do? I mean, when you can't do anything else, at least you can do this. So do it. Don't.
Yeah, basically, this is your way to give back to the society.
Yeah, sort of.
And handicapped in a family is very tough to handle because uh, you need support, you need attendant all the time. They are too expensive, and you need medical aid, everything. So I don't know how I have managed and sailed through. I really don't know who God gave me strength. I had my family, I had my people to support me, financial support, monetary support, all the support, all kind of support that I had. So, and one of my Vishal's friends said, "It's not a rocket science. You need to do something for your livelihood. You can't just be sitting at home and how will you run your family? How will you run your kitchen?" So that was true. So
They got support initially, maybe up to 1 year, but how
they
long?
really supported us.
How long you expect anybody to help you? And this is lifetime problem.
This is
This is not
lifetime
going to
problem.
become okay in 1 year, 2 years, 5 years. We know that. We know that. So that's why I thought that time that let me do something which we can. I was
At least my
very,
kitchen is running. If not anything,
very
I'm
clear in my thinking that what we need to do. Of course, I don't ask her. I already decided. She support me. It's good. She don't challenge me. It's good. But I mean, I was very clear what I'm going to do because that's the only thing I can do. When as a
I'm still, even today, I'm very scared. Sometimes it comes to paying off the rent, not having enough to pay off the electricity bill. We face those challenges even
In
now,
business, it is
business
like a
challenges,
regular thing.
because you need capital
True,
for all that.
true. Okay, sir, you've been captain in Seaspan, right? So, is a Seaspan good company to sail with?
yeah,
They helped you in terms of.
and then I think they gave some money, but obviously how much is enough? Nothing is enough. However, she keep crying. So finally give some money to her to restart my life because this is not covered under P&I. So I don't get insurance.
If
But
you
they have
die, you are okay. If you don't die, nothing comes. I mean, that is my experience.
no,
That has
no,
been taught to us.
they pay for my
But
medical.
they paid for the
They
medical.
paid for my air ambulance. They did
They
everything
did
possible.
everything.
They've been taught, Papa.
Okay.
I have no problem with them. They're very kind to me, but the situation was very unfortunate. Even they don't know what to do. This guy not die, not live. He's stuck in the middle. So I think she asked him for, of course, almost like ask for some money कि मैं करूँगी क्या? You just give basic salary and say okay bye bye we are paid for medical now we have nothing.
डर तो लगता है
So
ना.
they gave us some money but of course not enough. Of course we are not but that also helped in me for this. So it's a good company.
Correct, correct. Also, sir, any advices that you want to give to young sailors and the captains?
Young sailor captain, the same thing I say. If you want to buy life insurance, buy it when you're very young. And buy healthcare you must have. And secondly, if you have an alternate source of work, whether you which give you regular income, you must have to. In case you can't save, then what? Because many sailor expenses also go up in a big way, and we must have some income later. In case of this unfortunate circumstance, if you are dead and gone, for you it's okay. But for the other people, the think what will they do? So means think on those lines also that there should be a plan B. Plan not that plan B is foremost and you don't neglect your main job. You don't worry about saving, you just think of plan B. No. Plan B should be there, but it's there somewhere.
It's like a contingency anchorage
Yeah,
kind of thing.
exactly. It's not that you buy on it with them, put all your effort there, but there should be a plan B. Of course, I didn't have, so I'm suffering. But I thought of the plan B later when I'm forced to. But You somewhere should have in back of mind कि मैं ये नहीं कर पाऊंगा, सीन नहीं कर पाऊंगा, अरे हाथ कट गया, पैर कट गया, this can happen to anybody. You can have accident on board, your hand is gone, leg is gone, when you can't see anymore, then what will you do? So your salary gone, then expenses there, and खर्चा तो होगा ही सब जैसा होता है. So how you intend to?
I'll tell you one incident, sir. There was one pilot with me in Goa port.
Yeah.
I'm sure you must be knowing this incident. Maybe you must have heard on WhatsApp. So he shifted to Kandla. When I went to Dubai, he went to Kandla. And he was boarding one Chinese ship from the ladder collapsed and he fell down. He broke his wrist basically. And it's like the doctor said it's a permanent damage. You won't be able to do the pilotage job. Luckily, this guy contacted the lawyer because the port was releasing the ship. He put the stay on the ship. For 7 days, the ship was in port because he got the stay from the High Court that the vessel cannot sail until his dues are cleared. This guy took a stand with High Court, vessel stayed, and they cleared the dues within 7 days, multiple crores he got. Though he cannot become a pilot, but at least he got enough money to survive for that.
Something like this, you need enough money to
I
survive.
mean, that is okay, it's good he got the money, but again, that's not in his control. He may got good lawyer and there were people who held up and took the money from the government of China, but you should have a plan. Some plan.
Yeah, he could only do it just because he was in India, he knew the people, so
he was conscious, he's okay. And then you hold our ship means the crore rupees is going. So they will pay. It's almost like a blackmail. I know fault उनका ही होगा, पायलट खराब होगा.
Chinese ships are, it's very common.
But you can keep discuss over this for 10 years. Where was the fault? So,
My father-in-law said that time, goodwill is very important. So, and when this happened to him, he was only an earning member. Then suddenly it happened to Yash GB syndrome. I underwent an operation, my benign operation, during that time when Vishal was in the hospital. So these three things happening all by together. So you were not in that mental state to do anything. Except that, just, we were in the hands of...
everybody we meet would say, "Hey, you do case in the company."
ऐसा नहीं होता.
Company का क्या करती है? I told them, I said, what have they put I done? They have paid for my trip. Whatever they can do, best medical facility. They tell, no, you do go to MUI or wherever. Somewhere.
Yeah, MUI, right.
Yeah, I said, but I mean, when I'm captain, no, I mean, they've done what they could do. No, they got done this, they've done that. I said, in Singapore Strait, what can they do? Sitting in Bombay office or
How can you blame a company of something which
not fair. Even they would tell for you to do something. If you would come and tell me, I say, but I mean, I have no problem with company. I have nothing. They've done what they had to do, what they could do. If I have a problem, I have a problem. What can this unfortunate? Like they say, act of God.
Act of God, exactly.
Thank you, Captain Vishal. It's lovely meeting you. It's immense pleasure and an honor to me to interview both of you. And I wish you all the best. I wish all the best to Anchorage Hotels, Guest Houses. I wish you a success pan-India basis. And I would like to thank all of our viewers. Please support Anchorage Hotels and Guest House because this is actually a home away from home. They have created, as Sir said, an infrastructure which is taking care of itself and they serve the best brand. I mean, I've stayed there for 2.5 days almost. And trust me guys, the food is amazing, the hospitality is amazing and Krishna is there to take care of all of you. So thank you once again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you sir, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much ma'am. Okay guys, so today we have a very inspirational story of Captain Vishal Khanna and Abha ma'am who have started from zero once Captain Vishal had a incident on board. So, guys, always stay inspired, look around, try to have a contingency plan, as Captain Vishal suggested, and keep watching Port to Port. See you in the next episode. Thank you.